Hello everyone, we're finally here. Welcome to the RSCA TV broadcast for the International Sports Car Challenge here in the Roblox Sports Car Association. My name is Kitty, I'm your primary commentator and also your streamer for today on RSCA.TV. And we are at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in either Stavelo, Malmedy, or Spa, Belgium, depending on which way you see it. Very legendary circuit, 7 kilometers in its modern version. I believe the circuit was founded in 1924. And it was somewhere in the ballpark of about 15 kilometers, I believe. It was an insane circuit through the Belgian hills and the forests. You'd be driving right through, winding roads at very high speeds with brick houses next to you. So if you went off, you're dead. And that changed all around in the mid-70s due to safety concerns and someone named Jackie X and also someone named Jackie Stewart. It's always someone named Jackie. Sorry, not Jackie F. Ignore me. Jackie Stewart, the Formula 1 legend. Also, I think he did a bit of sports cars, but either way, this current version of the circuit has been relatively unchanged except for the final chicane since since the around early 80s, late 70s? Something along that. Very prestigious circuit. A lot of prestigious turns, including the most famous turns in arguably the most famous turns in motorsport. Oh, ROUGE and Radion. We're gonna get off the grid real quick. I can't even close. Oh, I can't close chat. Okay. Just gonna get off the grid real quick. I can't close chat for some reason. Unfortunately, we were a little late to give you a little bit of a grid. Again, that's my fault. I tried figuring out what was wrong with the stream. Well, Alex did. Alex fixed it. Thanks, Alex. If you're watching. We're supposed to be joined by Speedy in a second. I don't know if he's allowed to join or not. So it might just be us today. We'll see. There's Scan right there. Okay, here's our grid for today. It's a lovely shot of everyone. Play games is not in his car yet. I think everyone's just about lined up. Should be just about lined up. Just make sure stream looks relatively good. I don't know who the safety car driver is today. I know it's not Brad, but we'll probably figure that out pretty soon. What I do know is that Mia's on pole. There we go. Finally closed chat. That was weird. So we'll watch Mia for a little bit. I believe, or we're just gonna watch them pace around in a second. I have no clue when that will start. There's Brad's LMP3 moving. I think he's trying to tell everyone to hurry up. I don't know if anyone's even in the safety car. I can't see any of the... I can't see anyone that would be in the safety car. GT4 is going to start with GT3s, alright. We'll see how that goes then. Now I think we're waiting on me. Look, we're waiting. It's been a pretty uniform day, though. Speaking of, oh yeah, the Daytona 500 is about to be on. Well, who cares about the Daytona 500? RSCA is what we came here for. If you really yeah. Yeah, there is the Daytona 500 on. They moved it back an hour to conflict with the International Sports Car Challenge, clearly trying to steal our viewership and grid. Very bad choice by NASCAR because we all came here today anyways. Really disrespectful. Anyways, I don't know what exactly there is to talk about. There's not too many stories. And the top 3 of LMP3 looks pretty similar. Oh, okay. Well, there's your start zone instructions. Pretty sure Brad would have announced that. Like, these are the old pits. This is the XLMS pits from season 10. They didn't remove them for some odd reason. I have no clue why, but it's pretty easy to tell because Sierra Racing Motorsport has their grid here, and then also the Irish Motorsports also has a box here, and neither of those 2 teams are here, so that's pretty old. I think I see the Pro Division pit a little bit up too. Very interesting indeed. Just gonna get this up. Waiting on start. Oh. Well, someone's trolling up back there. Okay. No clue what that announcement is either. We'll wait for the start, I don't think. Let me. Let's see something. Okay. League. Well, we'll wait a bit. Alright, I'm just figuring. So I'm just setting something up. We're still waiting on the safety car. Also, actually, this is a good chance to look at something interesting. Oh, they're pulling off now, but here's a look at Blaze Racing on his shirt. This is scanned right here. He got this shirt. I wanted to show it off on broadcast real quick. It's a really amazing shirt. Anyways, we'll take a look. They're just now rolling up. Looks like we have a ton of LMP3 here today, which is interesting. In a very weird class in terms of attendance compared to the other classes on the grid, which is very weird indeed. Here we go. So ROUGE Rowdy on. Wouldn't be able to tell you if those turns are taken near flat or at what speed exactly, but well, this is RSCA, so could be anything different from real life. It probably is similar, but anyways, too much yapping. We're on the Camel straight now. It's gonna be one very long pace lap, and in general, a long lap, probably one of the longest on the schedule. This is the first track where most of the cars are gonna be doing 2-minute laps, or at least more than 90-second laps. You can see the GT3s and GT4s all the way back there. They're on a separate pace compared to the LMP3s. It's a field split. That's pretty usual. Can't tell who the. I think. It's Stradale. Stradale is the safety car driver. There he is. He's driving the safety car for the. Or pace car, depending on how you look at it. We're going to call it safety car, though. Because this is Europe. There's not a lot of V-lag in the pace lap right now. Although when I get up to speed, I'll quickly change, as we'll see. So Mia's going to have Santine Klazurka behind her, as well as someone else, I can't tell who. The black 305 car. And then Lance Simmons is back there tire weaving. Which you don't need to do, but it certainly is very cool that he's doing that. I know we were talking. I think we were talking about this one before. I don't remember if we said it on broadcast, but it's kind of cool whenever some of the drivers pretend it's real life, like they overtake on the right side on the straights whenever getting past lap traffic, or they do a bit of tire weaving. I just think it's really cool. Although I'm a little bit weird, so no. Probably not everyone. Quite a bit of LMP3 so there's someone back there. So we're approaching this section now. Around Blanchemont, here's launch him on up here. Very, very fun turn. If you ever do GT3s on any sim, it's a flat out turn that's just about on the edge. Not literally on the edge. Not as on the edge as ROUGE already on. Anyways, we're approaching the start zone here. Safety car is gone now. So around 2 corners. Mia's gonna take us off right about now. There she goes. Trying to get the green flag for 45 minutes of pure ISCC action. Santis looks like he's going to keep it ahead of Klazerka. We'll see. They're going about 3 wide in the back. One of the Blaze racing machines, and also Primero LAH. I believe that's Peter driving that car. Remember correctly. I'm going to try to get back to, it looks like the GT3s are now shooting off. Actually, no, that's Peter. Sorry, I forgot Peter's in GT3. Here, we're just going to look at Let Me real quick. There he is. There's Peter right there leading off the GT3s. I don't have a split screen, unfortunately. We'll see if he can keep it. First few corners, he's got Let Me just about hot on his trails. The hairpin. So that goes for him. He's just about maintaining it. Yeah, he's maintaining a bit of a gap there, but not by much. So there we go. Looks like we've had 34 cars start us off for this event. We'll take a look at how Santi's holding up real quick. Looks like Peter's gonna keep that. If I can remember where Santi's name is. Bit of a mess this morning, I apologize. Here's Santi. It looks like he's got a decent gap on his 2 teammates. Sorry, on the Team Artec cars behind. Not teammates, but they are affiliated. Also, yeah, that number 2 car is indeed a GT3. Weird thing with the classing right there. Looks like, oh yeah, a bit of a gap there. It does look like the number 8 and 305 are battling back there, though. At this current moment, we'll take a quick trip back to GT3. It looks like everything's uniform back here as well. And am I gonna say in GT4? Well, we haven't looked in GT4. Here's Bromo. No, it looks like Luther's gonna be right. Looks like Luther's going right for the lead in his typical fashion so far in GT4. It's been very strong, and they're currently right next to some GT3 drivers, which has been the story just about all season. See how that goes. They're going as officially can. We got a bit of V-lag. It also looks like Ronaldo's not too far off. So that goes. Look at that. Side by side for the lead in GT4. It looks like Luther's going to lead that lap, but not by much. Only about 10 separating them. And I have the XKZ and the other Eclipse car behind them a little bit. It looks like Play Games is struggling. Right now we got Luther versus Bromo, and then up in LMP3. I'll try and get to that real quick. I don't remember the GT3. What is that? I think this is, no, that's not it. Okay, I don't remember the driver of the 305. But I do think the 8, at least previously, was Axel Brady. I don't know who would be this round. So we're going through Lake Colm and Mulbity with Bromo and Lutzer right now. Down into, I can't remember the name, I think Bruxelles. Then No Name or Speaker's Corner, whichever you prefer. Some of the turns have 2 names weirdly. Lutzer's got a bit of a gap now compared to, yeah, he's got a bit of a gap now compared to Vromoment. Good job by him, although he's gonna have to keep it clean. He's had a history of cutting too much and then having to back off on pace, and that ended up costing him in round 1 at Saitama when he was battling Play Games for the lead. Either way, good job by him. As there's a Horizon Racing Porsche. That's their number 91 GT4. Not good news for them. I can't recall who that'd be. I think that was I know that was Medion for rounds 1 and 2, but can't recall who it would be right now. GT4, number 93, and it looks like the two R-Tech cards are getting into it. So the Lance Simmons and Klazerker. We have a local yellow. I believe that's for that. It might actually be for the 5T2. For one of the amp speeds. No, he's still in the lap. I think that's for the number 91 then. Hard to tell. It looks like Play Games is fighting with Necra right now. Number 1 and the number 20 down in P5 in class in GT4. It also looks like Rock and Ronaldo are also having a fight. So we have about 3 fights in GT4 right now. If I can see correctly, right now we're watching the two R-Tech cars scrapping it out. This is for P3 and LMP3. They have the Santee Solid Sport number 28 not far up ahead of them. This is probably a good sight for Cheater to watch the R-Tech owner. His two cars fighting. It might also be a bit tense for him though, which would be pretty understandable. At least in my opinion, that'd be pretty understandable. Lance Simmons has clearly proven himself. Klazerker's on the new driver for the number 93. Lance is currently only 2 points behind Santee in the championship, so he's going to want to climb up position. Right now he's losing it out to his teammate, but we'll see how that changes. Surely, it looks like Klazerker's going to be able to maintain his position. Right now, Santee's not that far up ahead of them. So there's always a chance that Lance picks up the pace, puts on the jets, and starts catching up. We'll see what he's able to do. Currently, first he has to get past Klazerker, or they have to catch up to Santee. It's only a 2-point difference, so we still have the entire championship to go. So it's only round 4 of 10. But anything can change, and all those points are valid. It also looks like down in GT3 we're gonna have a battle for P2 in class between Litme and also I believe that's Moderns and the number 97 Horizon Racing Porsche. At least they are only about 2 tenths across the line. Litme's got a bit of a comfortable gap, and it looks like the number 3 Katsuki Motorsport. I believe that Ferrari is driven by Rockial. He's seeming to bring a different livery every single time he's came here, but GT3 looks like have quite a bit of cars in this little group right here. Although Peter is just he's putting on the jets. Yeah, I don't think they're catching up to Peter anytime soon unless he makes a mistake or gets a drive-through penalty later in the race. Currently, now in GT4, Lutzer's got quite a comfortable lead on Brum Moment as of right now. They have a GT3 car actually behind that they're swallowing up. Right now, Lexus went off. It's interesting. Alright, well, we'll shoot back up. Right back to LMP3. So I believe Lance has gotten past Klazerker. Sorry for missing that. And he's only around a second away from Santee, so that could heat up. Looks like the Blaze Racing and Primera car back there. Those two cars are fighting right now. They're currently fighting for 5th in class and overall. So LMP3 actually having a bit of combat here today. Again, we won't see this class after the end of this season. I didn't say that. I don't know what I said again, but anyways, yeah, we will not have this class at the end of the season. We'll be replaced by TCR, I believe. It looks like Litme's gotten a bit of heat on him now. Oh, yeah, he does. Moderns and Rockial are now right on his tail. As bad news, looks like Moderns actually got a pretty good run out of the hairpin. I believe the hairpin's called Stavilo. Sorry, not Stavilo. It's been a bit. I should remember this all at the top of my head. with the amount of times I've watched or driven Spa, but either way, this is GT3 right now between Litme, Moderns, and Rockyao. Looks like Rockyau's just about gotten ahead of Moderns. We'll see. I think Litme's actually dropped. No, he's still maintaining it. They're having a pretty tight battle right now. It looks like, yeah, Litme is just trying to stay ahead. He's got it ahead. They're going to have to figure something out. Rockyau's gotten past Moderns now. We'll see how long he can hold it. Litme's got a bit of a gap now because of the battling behind him. Between Rockyau and Moderns, we'll see how that changes up. Three completely different cars from two completely different teams. Well, they're very good drivers in their own respects, especially Rockyau. Is probably the most notable one here. For sure. He's going to be in the GT next round, if I remember correctly. I know I saw Katsuka signed up a GT, and I believe Rockyau got moved to that. But that could change. So that goes, yeah. Moderns just dropped back a tiny bit. Rockyau is now right with Litme. Oh no, they're all together. Look at that. They are all very tightly together. This is a new class this season. It has been proving itself already. Look at that. Only 2/10 dividing these three drivers. Absolutely excellent show we have right now. Look. No, all the way up in LMP3. Klazurka's dropping a little bit back behind his teammate. By a little bit back, he's not 2 seconds off of Lance. And Lance is within a second of Santi right now. So they are just about within battling range. It also looks like in the lower end of GT3, you have the 70, 166, and 15 all fighting it out down there. But we're currently watching this battle for what is P2. Because Pizza has put on the jets and he's absolutely flying away from the rest of this GT3 field. Good work by him. Okay. Yeah, so only about 10 minutes, just about under 10 minutes, well, actually over 10 minutes through the race now, and we still have a bunch of battling left. We have a lot of time to go, so anything can happen now. Moderns has dropped a bit back from the there's ahead of him. Also, Litme is, I believe, fallen from Rockyau. It's a bit hard to tell what the V like right now. We'll see. Go look at Rockyau's Ferrari. There it is. There's Rockyau's Ferrari. It does look like looks like Rockyau's gotten a big gap from Litme, but we'll see. Once they cross here. Oh yeah, he's gotten a bit of a gap now between the three. So good job by Rockyau capitalizing on that, because he's now in P2, and now Litme is, they're seconds off now from each other. So good job by Rockyau capitalizing there, but now Litme is situated in P3, and Moderns is going to be looking for that podium spot. So absolutely not done yet. In GT4, it does look like Brumham is still within striking range of Lutzer. We'll see how that goes. In fact, in the chicane, could change in the chicane. Looks like Brumham's got, oh no, he's right, he's right on Lutzer's tail. This is for the lead in GT4 right now. These two GT classes have been amazing to watch, and this is proving why, especially GT4. About 4/10 is going to be separating them across the line. They have still a good chunk of the GT4 field not far behind them. It looks like Play Games is in P3. He's going to be looking to catch up. Had a bit of a, I think he struggled a bit in qualifying. Looks like he's going to be moving his way back up to, and triple five already. It's a drive-through penalty for a CC limit. That's the SX Racing, the Lexus. It is actually on your screen right now. So struggling on pace in a drive-through penalty for a Quorum limit within 15 minutes is not good news for the triple five. Currently last in the GT3 class. I think that's 11 cars that showed up. Had a lot of cars show up today. Actually, although I believe 3 retired already. See how this goes. We haven't had a retirement. We haven't had retirement since the early portion of the race. So unless something happens to these poor guys, play games looks like he's catching up now. It's hard to tell with the speed lag, but we'll see how that goes. For a moment, it's still right on Lutzer's tail, and he's going to have, it looks like, both play games and maybe even Ronaldo if Ronaldo catches up. Looking around for P1. So this could heat up very quick. LMP3, Lance has gotten up to, he's going to be looking to at least match Santian points at this round if they stay in the podium spots. We'll see. And oh, Fruman was slow. Fruman looked slow. Yeah, he was really slow. And Lutzer's going to be having a huge gap between him and the Katskas behind. Although Play Games is not far off. In fact, none of the top 6 in GT4 seem to be off. So everything is not done yet at all. Again, we have like 30 whole minutes to go, but that was weird. And Brumwood's lost out on that. Now he has Ronaldo to deal with. So he's got another Eclipse driver to deal with. It's gonna be it's been an Eclipse versus Katsuko for basically the whole season. Play Games has won the last 3 rounds in GT4, but it could be someone else today if Lutzer manages to break the mold. We'll see. It's not been dominant though. Just to say, it's not been dominant. Lutzer had a issue in round 1, ended up being P5. He got P2 at Saitama behind Play Games, P3, and a bit of pace struggle at Zugspitz Ring got him P3. He's going to be looking to play catch up on Play Games if he wants to try and fight for the championship. And if he's not and even if he doesn't get Drivers' Championship, Eclipse is looking at their first team championship in GT4. They have the Season 3 the International Cup for LMP3. They managed to get a championship with that. I believe it was the 2 seed. I believe the number was 226. I can't remember what number. It was 229. Their Janetta LMP3 they had for not the entire season, I don't believe. No, it wasn't the entire season. I think they picked it up at around rounds 2 or 3. And they managed to get the championship with that. They had Cheater behind the wheel of that. Janetta. So coming through the chicane. Lutzer is going to be very uncomfortable when he sees a Wild Play Games catching up to him. He can't look behind, but when he finally notices who's behind him by about a second, he's going to be either putting on a jet or he's going to be shivering a little bit. It's very understandable. Ronaldo's lost a bit of time there to the Katsuka, but he's going to be looking to make something work. We'll see how that goes for him. He's going to probably want to get ahead of one of the 2 Katsukas for sure, because that team, again, the Eclipse Motorsports fighting for teams in GT4. Not so much in GT3, but in GT4 they do potentially have a chance. Although they are 12 points off, so they're gonna have to fix the results. Ronaldo's had a bit of a struggle season, but we'll see how that ends up for them. They're gonna really need to Although we have, after this, we're gonna have 6 more rounds. This is only round number 4 of the championship. So anything could happen within those amount of rounds. As the LMP3 leader is now going through the GT4 grid. Looks like in GT3 that Rockout has managed to get himself a bit of a gap, about 3 seconds from the number 226 of Litme, and then the number 97 Horizon Racing car of Moderns has gotten nearly 4 seconds from between him and Litme. So that is settling itself out right now. But GT4 is not over yet. And technically none of the other classes are. If something changes. Nearly halfway to the race. And Play Games is right on Lucher's tail. That is, I believe Lucher would have caught a glimpse of that behind him. He's going to be free. He's going to be absolutely on it now. At least I believe so. Lucher is not the type to stand down until he gets too many corner cuts. Then he'd be standing down, but he is not the type to simply sit down and let something happen. He's going to be he's going to be fighting his best for P1. For sure. Especially not just for his team, but also for drivers, because we have those 2 championships. It's not just a matter of teams, it's a matter of the drivers' championship. And again, Lucher's looking for he's looking for his first. I believe the other 2 behind are looking for a championship. Play Games wouldn't mind another championship. Be his first in GT4, but wouldn't be his first in general. He had LMP3 last season, in Season 3, which was not even disputed. It was basically just outright domination for him. I think he was on the Danish squad, actually, if I remember correctly. Could probably check. Might end up checking later. Right now, he's looking right for Lucher. Still around 23 minutes to go, so we have about halfway to the race. Not exactly halfway, but very close to halfway. And yeah, we're essentially halfway. If I remember correctly, the timer is a tiny bit off, so we are just about halfway. If not, we are halfway. And right now we've been watching GT4 for quite a while, because Lucher is currently in the lead, but he's just barely in the lead because he has 2 Wildcats BMWs not far off behind him, especially Play Games. Play Games is the big threat, and his teammate Ronaldo is looking to get into the podium today. Although he's been struggling a bit with not only pace, but also not too much with pace, but he's been struggling with corner cuts. He's gotten 3 drive-through penalties in 2 rounds for corner cuts alone. Actually, more than that. It's like he ended up getting disqualified in round 2 for doing for too many corner cuts. So not a proud stat to have, but he has plenty of pace. He's just gonna try and keep it clean for sure. That seems to be a big struggle at Eclipse Motorsport. Which, if you saw XLMS, then you would have seen they do tend to struggle a bit with keeping it within the track limits for enough times to not get a penalty, but we'll see if they change today. They say they've been working on it, at least trying to work on it, so we'll see how that goes, as we're near the 522 amp speed car, which is 2 laps down off the leaders. Just all the way down to 32nd overall. So we have a local yellow. I don't know what it would be for. I wouldn't know exactly. I haven't seen anything. We'll try to see if we do see anything. It does look like Lance has either backed off, or he's simply just not been able to get anywhere closer to Santee because he's, well, he's falling back from Santee actually, because he's now about 3 seconds. I think it's about 4 seconds off of Santee now. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything real quick. Although I don't think we're missing too much in GT4 at least, because, well, this is the battle for the lead that we've been watching for quite some time. Playgames has been struggling to get up to Lutzer today. They had a little less practice than usual, so I guess Playgames hasn't been able to find his usual tricks, his usual magic today. It's also been interesting to see on the turn 1. Like, there's what that local yellow is for. That's in Lasaurus. Sorry, I said Stavila. I do dearly apologize. I should really have done better than to call it Stavila, but either way, that is, that car right there was the number 73 Artec R Sport, which is the same as Team Artec, but they have it under 2 different names for the 2 classes. Wait, why did Kyle Larson get put to the rear? What the? Okay. I need to... Now I'm upset. Anyways, we've been watching Luigi a little long. I wonder... Ronaldo's been sitting behind this. He's been looking at Bromo. Here's Bromoment, who's just a bit... He's a bit back. He's been watching his... Well, he owns the team, so he's been watching not only his teammate, but it's also his driver battle with Lutzer for quite a bit, and he's been battling with Ronaldo. Well, started battling. Ronaldo's not been able to get up to the same level as Bromoment in quite a bit. Hope I'm not missing anything behind. I think Necro might be in a bit of a battle. I don't want to miss anything. Let's play games. Oh, it looks like they are. Let me try and look at Necro. Is Necro even on here? It's not. Okay. It's a little weird. Either way, here's play games. It looks like there's a bit of a fight back there. I can't tell between who. Play games looks like he's getting. I think he's been getting a better entry in chicane, but then he loses it on exit. At least that's what I'm seeing. Although I could be very, very wrong because I mean, you shouldn't trust me. Anytime I've ever been put in a car, my pace has been absolutely abysmal. For the most part. At least in any competitive capacity. So, right now, we have what looks to be 4 VMWs. I hope someone gets that joke. In your top 4, and then you have a Chevrolet of Necro. That's Necro back there. Looks like he's fighting the 073. Should be Rock. There it is. The 073 Rock 27. Very good driver. He's on a mostly or all Spanish team. If I recall correctly, they are just about all Spanish. He's currently chasing down Necro for P5, so the final spot of the top 5. Should be good honors. He is. I think their team's fighting for the GT4 team championship. If they're not, then they are very much up there in terms of points. Another thing of note for. Well, actually, no. I don't think we need to talk about that. It looks like he's just about getting past. I think he just about got past Necro. For again, it's free fun. No, he's behind. He's trying his best in that Mercedes, the AMG GT4. They run Lamborghinis in GT3, which weirds me out a bit, but that makes sense. And their liveries, the XKZ liveries, have been looking really good. Just tasting that Necro. We're gonna go back up to play games and make sure. Doesn't look like anything's changed up here. Lutzer's doing a really good job keeping that lead right now, but actually, what we haven't looked at in a bit is corner cuts, and this is probably the part where we're gonna get scary. Doesn't look like we have too much. You know, looks like corner cuts are pretty good. We have LMP3s here. This could distract them. This could very potentially strike them. Lutzer's on 34 corner cuts. He's going to have to watch out. He's on a high amount. If someone on 49, so someone's already over the limit. You're just going to have to be really careful. Because he is on 34 right now. I'm trying to see where Play Games is. He's on 24. Yeah, Play Games is on 10 less. He actually has a bit of leverage. Of course, that doesn't mean he can intentionally cut. Just because he has some CCs there. He cannot intentionally cut the course. That will get you a drive-through penalty if you do intentionally cut the course. And that ended up costing a podium for the number 19 Artec LMP at Sebring at the 2.4. Because they ended up getting time added on after the race for intentionally cutting the course. That was Gauche's final race right before he went into retirement. Probably on some rocking chair in the middle, just on some rocking chair on his porch right now. With a TV on his deck. I should really stop with my terrible jokes. Anyways, I don't believe there's too much else fighting on track, but again, we're still watching the GT4 lead battle. It's been weird to say that. I wish we had a little more to look at right now. Nothing interesting to talk about in the Daytona 500 because Chase Briscoe's leading. So that should just explain everything about how interesting the Daytona 500 is right now. So good thing we have ISCC to look at least, because we have an actually interesting battle right here. We don't put cars on track going around circles for 200 laps. I hope I didn't offend any NASCAR fans with that. But if I did, I wouldn't care. I'd rather watch RSCA than NASCAR on most days of the week. So we're going here into this. This is a hard braking zone. Lutzer's gonna have to really watch it because if he cuts even just a little bit more, then he's gonna run out of leverage, and he's gonna have Play Games just easily soaring past because Play Games has so much more leverage. That's the thing with CCs. If you do too much of them, then you need to start. Then at one point you have to start playing it safe. And again, that has costed Lutzer in the past. I was talking about this. Ronaldo's a bit back there, by the way, but that ended up costing Lutzer a win, and also he had to drop back a tiny bit. It's cost him before plenty of times. I believe it cost him a GT at Vermont Raceway Park next LMS last season. But we'll see how that goes. So we're still monitoring this fight right now. Also, it looks like the 8 and the 305 are not too far off each other, but that's at the lower end of LMP3. Peter's got a gap of about 12 seconds between him and the Rocchio. He's been doing an excellent job. We're gonna see him. Hopefully, we should see him at this exact same track next weekend for the XS Le Mans series when they come here to Spa for a little bit of a 2-hour event. He's joined the Eclipse Motorsport LMP squad, so we'll see how that goes for him. He's going to be joining the car with another actually who's in P4, so we'll see how that is to watch. Looks like Play Games is caught right. He's right back up. In fact, I think he got past Lutzer. We'll see. It's a little hard to tell. It's been these two for quite a bit of time now. So we'll see into chicane. We'll see a bit of a difference. He's gotten past Lutzer successful. We'll see how he maintains it. We'll see what Lutzer does in response. Pretty even on the exit there. Lutzer, I don't think Lutzer's going to be happy to see the rear end of a BMW that's right in front of him. So we can expect him to mount a response sometime soon. As to how soon, I wouldn't know. Looks like the that cat's went off back there. This is really not going to make Lutzer happy. again, he's not the type to just let these things happen. He's definitely going to be going right for the win. So you can see Braun moment there in the number 12 car. Watching push, I couldn't tell if that was an announcement from race control or what. If it was, sorry for missing it. And if it was just nothing and my mind is losing itself, then I also apologize for that either way. But right now, yeah, he's gotten quite a bit of a gap building up. I think Lutzer's settling down because he has too many corner cuts. We'll take a look at that. Again, corner cuts are can absolutely kill your race. I think. Oh, Lutzer's on 37, so he has leverage. He's got enough to do nearly 1 per minute and potentially catch back up. But Surf's on 28, so he's not really gained too much. Neither of them really gained too much CCs. So this isn't over yet. We still have under 10 minutes to go. It looks like M53 is basically settled. They did their fighting early on, and then they went into limbo. Let's see how this goes. This chicane's just been where we've seen pace. It looks like Lutzer's. Oh, I think Lutzer's. Yeah, he's dropped back a bit. I think he's just trying to play it a little more safe, but then he has Bro moment behind him. This is not good news at all. Yeah, it's been Eclipse versus Katsuka for just about quite a decent amount. I think they've been going at it for about 30 minutes or so. Lutcher led a very good chunk of this race, so either way, proud result for him, but I think he's going to be a little upset knowing he could have potentially had a win here. Which he still has the potential to get a win if things do go his way and if he does catch up just a bit. Because Play Games isn't that much farther ahead of him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. They ended up losing out to. I think they ended up losing out to Katsuka. I think the Eclipse Squad lost out to Katsuka last season in GT4 standings. Although they might have been all the way in P3 or 4 in terms of teams. I believe it was P3 actually. They would have for sure lost out to Katsuka in terms of points. Katsuka's been a pretty good team in GT4. By pretty good, I mean they're leading in also in P3, so I should explain, but Eclipse has also been pretty good in GT4 as well. And, well, for anyone that's interested on the Daytona 500 going on right now, it's under caution. Not because anyone wrecked, but it looked like the camera lens had water on it, so that should explain something. I don't think I need to say much more than that. Either way, Lutzer's been overtaken. Bromovic gone past Lutzer. That is really terrible news for Lutzer. That's going to make him furious. He's been overtaken by both BMWs now. We'll see if he can do anything in response, but again, not too good. I don't think he's going to let that one happen now. I think he accepted that Play Games was gonna have the lead no matter what, but I don't think he's going to be very happy. Yeah, look at that. He's already mounting response on Bromo, man. He's not going to be thrilled with that. Looks like the number 7 Blaze Racing car has fallen back a little bit. Not sure due to what. But that's the story of that car so far. Eclipse has been kind of on the trail to the Katsukas quite some time. The four BMWs, so we'll call them. 2 of them not so much. Well, 2 of them are BMWs, but 2 of them are derived from the BMW Z4. Very heavily inspired by a Z4, if you will. Anyway, it looks like Luther's going to be just about getting in front of the number 12 car. We have just about 5 minutes to go, so he's going to have to make any moves he wants to make quick. He's going to have to keep him pretty quick. Let's see, it looks like there's a bit of fighting behind him, not too much. And I think Peter still has a huge gap in GT3. Actually, speaking of Peter, there he is. There's his Ferrari number 318 of AT Racing. It's on 3 different teams in all 3 series, so he's a Mr. Worldwide. And bad news for anyone that was interested in watching the 500. They're all coming into the pits, including the safety car. There is rain at Daytona, and that cannot persist. Looks like Luther's also lost a bit of gap to the number 12, unfortunately for him. He might just have to play it safe in P3. We will see. Oh, never mind. He's gonna be going for it. Play games. It has been very quick. He's won all 3 races before. It looks like he's set to win this one, unless things change. We might end up with Broma where we have about 2 laps to go.